John 2:12. Post hoc descendit Capharnaum ipse et mater eius et fratres eius et discipuli eius et ibi manserunt non multis diebus. After this, he himself and his mother and his brothers and his disciples went down to Capernaum, and there they waited or remained for a few days, for not many days, literally. After the episode of the transformation of the water into wine at Cana, now we've got a change of location, which in this case occasions an accusative of limit of motion. That's the fancy grammatical name for simply the use of the accusative case to indicate where motion stops, a destination, we might say. In fact, you could probably just call it the accusative of destination if you wanted. And we can remember with a simple example how this works. You can say in Latin, as people no doubt frequently did, Romam veni. I came to or arrived at Rome. At Rome being expressed simply with the accusative case, with the names of cities and towns, small islands, things like that. We don't actually need to use any preposition, not necessary. We can just use the accusative case itself, and that's what's happening here. After this, they went down to Capernaum. But what we don't have is they went down. We have he went down, right? Third person singular, perfect active indicative, ipse, that is Jesus. But you may notice here, hopefully you do notice, we've got not just Jesus, but mater et fratres et discipuli eius, his mother, brothers, that is literal biological brothers, and his disciples. Why then do we have a singular verb? Well, the reason is because we can do this in the Vulgate and in the Latin of different periods, just as we do in English sometimes. We can use a singular verb that actually is attached to multiple subjects. So long as the meaning is clear from context, it's not something that needs to disturb us. Note as well the repeated use of the genitive singular, here masculine, of is, id, our regular third person pronoun, eius, of him. Here repeated 3 times, sort of pleonastically, that is sort of more than is strictly necessary. This is a pattern that we see often in the Vulgate, both pleonasm, that is a certain kind of fullness, as well as a very careful mirroring of the Greek text. Et ibi manserunt. Remember, ibi corresponds to or answers the question, ubi, where? There, ibi, and ubi. Manserunt, they waited, third person plural, perfect active indicative, from maneo, manere, to remain, to wait. Non multis diebus. Now here we would actually typically expect a different construction. We would expect the accusative of duration. That's not what we have, however. We've got the ablative case standing in for that function, and that's just something that happens in the Vulgate with some regularity, as well as in the Latin of different periods.